なんだ、やけに静かだな。
Though that was to be expected since school was closed. And of course it wasn't like series of people dying one after another was the everyday occurrence. And don't worry, Takuji's probably here.
おはようございます。どうしました？
ごめんなさい。名前確認していいかしら。
名前？
よかったらだけど。
水上ゆきですけど。
そう。わかったわ。
White coat.
そうよね。だって白衣着てないし。
白衣？
いえ、こちらの話よ。
What's up with her?
ここに来たのは。
何言ってるんですか？カウンセリングを受けろって言ったの先生たちでしょ？
カウンセリング。そうよね。ごめんなさい。
I had to wonder what was going on. She was clearly acting strange.
カウンセリングの先生はすぐに来るみたいだから。
I swear to God if it's Takuji, I'm leaving.
カウンセリングなんか受ける必要あるんですかね？
だってあんなことがあった後だから。
まあそんな気を使わなくても大丈夫なんですけどね。
そうはいかないんですよ。だってあなたの目の前で教師が転落してきたんですか
I
ら。
saw the aftermath. I didn't see it happen.
心的外傷後ストレス障害の可能性があると他の先生もおっしゃってました。
心的外傷後ストレス障害ですか。本人が大丈夫って言ってるから問題ないと思うんだけどな。
Yeah, why would someone suffering a disorder say they're not fine? Come on.
そう言わないで。学校側にも対面っていうのがあるんだから。
そんな身も蓋もないこと。
それにしても先生遅いわね。
そうですね。
水上さん、聞きたいことがあるんだけど。
何ですか？
聞きづらいことなんだけど。
瀬名川先生のこと？
This was supposed to be counseling, and yet she was like going to ask me about that. Then she probably wanted to know. They were colleagues at work
と言い
too.
ますか、私が分かることなんてありませんよ。だいたい先生の最後とか喋れるような状況じゃなかったし。
そう。
それでなんで瀬名川先生は自殺を？
瀬名川先生は自殺と決まったわけじゃないから。
そういえばその後どうなったかまだ聞いてないのですけど。
救
Didn't
急
look
車
like
呼
it
ん
was
で
a suicide.
その後警察が来て大変だったわ。
先生はその後？
搬送された病院で息を引き取られたわ。
そうですか。
Well, that made sense. But she wasn't telling me what it was really
瀬名
important.
川先生の転落は事故なんですか？
I say
それ
intentional.
とも自殺？
今のところはよくわからないけど、瀬名川先生が一人でシートの屋上まで登ったのは確認されているわ。
一人で？
あと自ら落ちたという証言もあるわ。その証言だと自殺というよりは
Testimony from who?
事故に見えたって話だけど。
事故に見えた？
フェンスに自らよじ登って何かしようとしてたみたい。それが何かはわからないけど、フェンスを登って一直線に飛び降りたというよりは何かしてて転落したという話だし。
へえ、目撃者がいたんですか？
証言はいくつかあるみたい。生徒だけじゃなくて近所の人でその姿を見かけたという人もいるぐらいだから。
なら他殺ではない？多分って？
多分直接は関係ないって話なんだけど、事故があった時校内で不審な人物がうろついてるのを他
Yeah,
の
probably not
先生
related
が
at all.
発見したのよ。
不審人物？
生徒ではなかったみたい。大きなカメラを持って、何が目的かは不明だけど。
Take pictures of it. A suspicious person holding a camera. That wasn't just suspicious, it sounded like the media was already monitoring the situation. After so many people had died in a row, it wasn't surprising at all.
瀬名川先生って何か悩みとかあったんですか？
It wouldn't make sense why they'd pick that day in particular rather than days before.
私はそういう話は聞いてないけど。
でも瀬名川先生は高島さんのクラスの担任だったわけですから。
だから
自分のクラスの生徒が自殺となればいろいろと責任問題もありますしね。
なぜですか？高島さんの自殺は確かに痛ましいことですが、ゆいに責任があったわけではありません。
Why'd she call her Yui all of a sudden? Actually, Miss Kiyogawa and Miss Sanagawa were pretty close, weren't they? The two of them didn't have any other colleagues close to their age. But she didn't seem really terribly sad, all things considered. Rather than sad, she seemed scared?
責任がなくても悩むぐらいはあったんじゃないですか？
まあそれはあったかもしれないけど、でもそれと今回の転落死は関係ありません。
なぜそう言い切れるのですか？
それは
とりあえず瀬名川先生に責任はないということになったんですね。
ということになったではなくて、なかったんです。高島さんの自殺に関してはノイローゼから来る発作的なものというのがお医者さんと警察の見解なんですから。
なるほど。高島さんの心の病による自殺であったと。いじめなどの外的要因が原因ではないと。
いじめなんてありません。そのような事実なんてありません。と言いますか、少なくとも私たちはそのような事実をまだ確認していません。
いや、別にいじめがあったと言ってるわけじゃないですよ。
そうね。
She reacted pretty strongly there. It felt like she was already making excuses to the media. The teachers were all on edge too, I guess. When it came to them, and they couldn't let people think that Takashima's suicide was caused by bullying and Senegawa Yui's death was caused by a feeling of guilt. The police and the attending doctor both said that Takashima jumped because of her neurosis, and Miss Senegawa's death was a completely unrelated accident. That's the versions of events they wanted to show to the public. But that was probably impossible. Last week, Shiroyama Tsubasa fell to his death, and then the following Sunday, Takashima Sakura committed suicide in Suginomiya. And then Senegawa Yui had fallen from the roof by accident and died. The most convenient explanation for the school was to claim the incidences were all unrelated. The school was already being talked about on the internet, and the media had probably contacted them too. The school was probably closed today because the phones were all ringing off their hooks in the staff room. They were probably getting called from anonymous people on the internet who found out about the school. This was about the time the media would get involved. Reporters always pay attention to what happens on the internet, and someone with a camera was actually spotted. If the mass media was already getting involved, the school's convenient interpretation of events could be overturned soon. What really bugged me was Miss Senegawa's death. The eyewitnesses claimed that it was closer to an accident than a suicide. Miss Senegawa was Takashima's homeroom teacher. Takashima was definitely being bullied. The real question is whether Miss Senegawa actually knew that Takashima was being bullied. If she knew about it, the likelihood that she committed suicide out of guilt was much higher. No, I didn't think she was forced off there. If she didn't know, it would match up to with the testimony, which would mean it was just an accident.
水上さん。
はい。
逆に聞きたいんだけど、いじめの噂とか聞いたことあるかしら？高島さんに限らずこの学校で。
そういう話はあまり得意ではないんでよくわかりませんけど、そういう話が知りたいんであれば裏掲示板を確認すればいいんじゃないでしょうか。
裏掲示板？ れって何？
She was so bad at acting, it was obviously that she knew about it.
そういうのがあるの？
さあ、あくまでも噂でしか知りませんけど、そういうのがあると聞きますよ。
そう、噂で。
She knew about it, so she knew the truth about Takashima Sakura's bullying. She knew but was pretending like she didn't. So, if she knew, you could assume there was a pretty good chance her colleagues Miss Senagawa also knew. In other words, I couldn't eliminate the possibility that Miss Senagawa's death was a suicide rather than an
とりあえ
accident.
ず先生の転落の原因はまだちゃんとは分かってないの。でも警察の方々の話しぶりだと自殺か事故の線以外はないみたいよ。C棟の屋上は基本的には開放されてないから生徒が入ることはできないし、転落する直前に用務員さんから鍵を借りる瀬名川先生も多数の先生方に確認されているの。
なるほど。何から何まで事故死を示すような証拠しか出てこないんですか。
そうね。
According to her, the school officials didn't believe it was related to Mamiya Takuji in any way, so the police hadn't heard anything about him either. He might not have been directly related, but I couldn't be sure for sure he wasn't involved. Of course he's involved. He's gonna claim all the credit. Of course, say, I told you! This is what I was proclaiming! Believe me! The school would probably prefer that the police knew as little as possible. I want the police in here to arrest him.
そういえば、消えてた生徒は出てきたんですか？
消えてた生徒？あ、なんかそういう話もあるわね。
どうなんですか？
うん、そうね。ほとんどが自宅で引きこもってたり。
それでもまだ行方知れずの人間もいるんでしょ？
あ、うん。
Couldn't she give a better answer than that?
校内放送。
清川先生、清川先生。いらっしゃいましたら、職員室の方に至急お越しください。カウンセラーの片貝様からお電話が入っています。
カウンセリングの先生から？
I don't like the looks of this.
遅刻とかの連絡じゃないですか？
ちょっと職員室に行ってくるから待ってなさい。
Why
は
don't
い
you。have a cell phone? The call was probably just about the reason why he was late, though I really didn't want to
それ
receive
にしても。
in my counseling. Miss Kiyokawa knew that the underground message board. She must have been getting the cursed mail too. But she was still acting like she didn't know about it, actually. Back then.
ああ、そうなんだ。こんな時期から登録してたんだ。あれか。清川先生紹介したのも。うわ、すごい数のメールだ。
登録してた。メールの数。
By registered, she must be talking about the message board. And a lot of emails was referring to the cursed mail, which meant...
瀬名川先生はあの裏掲示板を見てたし、呪いのメールを受け取っていた。それと、瀬名川先生の紹介で、清川先生も登録したと言っていた。
So Miss Kiyokawa had been browsing it too, and she had definitely been getting in the mail. So then, could I trust her? An underground message board that had been turning them all into fanatics. I couldn't say for certain that she hadn't been gotten sucked up into all of that as well, especially since Miss Senagawa was her only real friend. She was the one who referred her to the underground message board. That doesn't mean it's her only friend. Was Miss Kiyokawa still stable after having someone like that die? Normally, you'd expect her to take the leave of absence to grieve, despite that she was.
怯えのようなものは感じた。けど、彼女から悲しみのようなものは
Probably because she
そ
assumed
れほ
she's
ど感じなかっ
next.
た。
She left her bag and some of her papers on the desk where she was still sitting. I casually looked at her bag. It was rather small. It was more of a pouch than a bag. There's a cell phone strap protruding from the
あれ
bag.
で、どこかで見たことあるストラップのような。
I opened the fastener on her pouch.
瀬名川先生の携帯電話。
Oops! It was the phone that I had picked up, which Tachibana had taken from me, while I was in Miss Kiyokawa's bag. Isn't that bizarre? That's more than bizarre. Even if she found it after Tachibana dropped it, this wasn't the kind of thing someone would just hold on to and not say anything about. No, that should be in police hands.
Common sense says she should have handed it over to the police or maybe Miss Sanagawa's relatives. No, the police can do that. This needs to be thoroughly searched to see if there is anything else to it. Because this actually derives if there was a cause of death or not. Why did Miss Kiyokawa have the cell phone? It's just weird. Miss Kiyokawa. God, she's part of everything. No, okay, this is going to get a giant conspiracy. Take that cell phone and return it to the police. Oh, you did take it.
瀬名川先生の携帯持ってきちゃった。
Go to the police.
普通でもあいつらに持たせておいていいもんじゃないよな。
Yes, you can. I wasn't sure what to do. It might have been better to hand it over to the police. Yes! That would have been the easiest thing to do. Yes! But my subconscious wouldn't let me do that. Why? My heart was telling me that I couldn't just leave solving this mystery up to someone else. I swear to God.
なんでだろう。なんでそう思うんだろう。
Why would I let professionals handle this? Nah, I can do it. I'm smart. I was totally unrelated to the incident. You're not unrelated, though. She grabbed your legs. Technically, you're related. You found the body. You're actually the first person to discover the body on the ground. So you're actually very much related to the case. I didn't really know Takashima Sakura very well, and I'd only met Mamami... Wow, that was terrible. Mamiya Takuji a few times before. Miss Senagawa and Shiroyama Tsubasa before her, too. They had nothing to do with me. But still, my heart was saying something to me. I have to stop this. Why? Why did I feel like this? I couldn't understand. Why did I feel the need to get involved? For the moment, I opened up Miss Senagawa's phone and checked.
やっぱり。
All the emails were deleted. That wasn't surprising. If someone found it, the police would definitely get involved. You should hand it over to the police. At this point, the police didn't consider the deaths to be related. They thought the two deaths were completely separate. They hadn't even considered that there might have been a third party orchestrating it.
橘さんか。もしくは清川先生か知らないけど。
The phone is still working. There is still an archive on it on that phone. You take it to the police, they will be able to uncover what has been sent to it. Otherwise, someone had definitely deleted them all. It's not permanent. Since she hadn't handed this over to the police as evidence, there was a high chance that Miss Kiyokawa was an accomplice.
なんか。
You hand that to the
どうな
police
ってるんだよ。
and say that Miss Kiyokawa took this evidence and that you're returning it to the police. And say Tachibana also
これだった。
use this. I disagree with this movement. You're going to screw with the evidence, and then you are committing a crime by not turning this over to the police. I might have gotten a bit lucky. It's almost impossible for an amateur to copy messages from a cell phone. Of course, logically, it is possible, but as far as I knew, there's no software to copy messages from a cell phone. Well, cell phones were developed by lots of different companies, whereas email on a computer is mostly the same. But this particular brand of cell phone stored the messages on the server for 30 days after they'd been deleted. So I could retrieve the messages that had been deleted. Yeah, so can the police.
削除したのは昨日だから、重要なメールはすべて再受信できるはず。
I turned on my computer and connected to the underground message board.
確か高島メールの一覧があったはず。
There's a thread for people to talk about the messages. They were all sent from Takashima. From looking at the thread, it seemed like almost everyone was getting the same messages, but there was occasionally some personalized ones. So there were two different types of Takashima mail, communal and individual. For some reason, there weren't very many people posting the contents of their individual messages. That was probably because they talked about that kind of stuff that person had done to Takashima. The messages I retrieved from Miss Sanagawa's phone and the common messages posted on the board. With the two of these, I was able to figure out what kind of messages she was getting and whether they drove her to her death.
うわ、すげえ出てきたよ。
The two girls, Satoko and Akasaka Megu, said on the message board that they'd been getting messages every hour, but
瀬名川先生も同じだったんだ。
there was way more of these messages than the communal ones. The total number of messages from Takashima was 62. Even if she wasn't dead, getting that many messages from one person would be a bit scary. I calmly read the 62 messages. The first email was to be expected. been reborn a warrior. Yeah, 8 days you'll die. The first of Takashima's messages. What is this? There's quite a bit of time gap between the first and second messages. Next one was 2 days after the first message, but still. It hurts.
2回目以後のメールからは1時間に1度。内容は大体同じ。痛い痛いの連続。しかしこれだけの数のメール、やってるやつは相当な暇人だな。
You can send him to message. I continue reading. Starting on the night of the 15th, there was more messages with actual content. You definitely saw it and you didn't do anything. You knew, but you pretended like you didn't. Of course, this was talking the fact that Miss Senagawa knew about the bullying and didn't do anything to stop it. Takashima was blaming her for it even after her death. Or someone posing as Takashima was blaming her for it after her death. I see, that's pretty scary. You knew that they were always bullying me on the roof of Building C. They borrowed the key from you after all. Oops. Building C. That was the place Miss Senagawa jumped from, right? They threw my doll off the roof. Until I have that, I can't rest in peace. You knew about it, since you were the one who gave them the key. You had the key, you knew. I want my doll back. A black doll, my black doll. My doll says it's cold, it wants to go with me, so I want to find it before I go. Either I take the doll with me, or I take you. I don't have my black doll, I'll take you instead. Come with me. I want you to come to me, so I'm coming. I came to your room, but why aren't you there? When I touched the cute dolls in your room, all their heads came off. I have no body. My body is broken. I need the doll, or I need you. No body, no body. Broken body. I need you. Let's go together. Where are you? I need you. Let's go together. It hurts. It hurts. My body hurts. I failed. My arm is broken. My skull is split. It hurts. I bleed when I move. I'm cold. I'm so cold. Where are you? I saw you in the hallway. I'm coming for you. I saw you in the hallway. I'm coming for you. I can see you, huddled on the floor in the staff room. Behind you. I got you. This last message. The time was 5:58 p.m., right around the time she fell. Or rather, the exact
これっ
moment.
て幽霊かどうか別にしても瀬長先生を誘導してるようにしか見えない。
Clearly. Next, I looked at the message she sent. Miss Senagawa had been sending replies back since she started receiving the messages. Is this a prank? Pretending to be Takashima is incredibly disrespectful. Who are you? These angry messages changed to fearful ones as more messages came from Takashima. She started apologizing, getting mad, and then apologizing again. There were a ton of them, but I still went through them one by one. That's wrong, I really don't know. Akasaka and Kitami said that they were going to use the roof to draw sketches for their club. I was just holding onto the key for the janitor. They said they were just doing sketches. I didn't know they were bullying you up there. I'm sorry, Takashima. A doll, your doll, was thrown away. It was dropped off the roof. It might be in the lost and found. I'll go look tomorrow. I really don't know. I'll look for your doll tomorrow. So Miss Senagawa was the one who gave the permission to use the rooftop for their club. I didn't think she would lent it to them so they could bully someone. But still, this must have been really scary. No, don't come to my room, please. Please don't come here. I'll go find your doll right away. I looked, but it wasn't in the lost and found, but the janitor will be here in just a little bit. I'll ask him about it. Her sentences sound like she was at her wit's end. Like she was so scared she couldn't even tell what was real.
最後に会った時瀬長先生はこんな状況だったのか。
Well, it must be around Building C. I'll go check to see if I got caught up on the eaves. This was the last message Miss Senagawa sent. So when she was looking for it, that's when she got the last message. I'm behind you. She turns, sees Takuji, falls off because she's scared. That's how she dies. After that, she went to the janitor, borrowed the key, and fell from the roof. Miss Senagawa was killed by Takashima's messages. Honestly, I probably wouldn't stick my nose in any further. Anyone could tell this was getting dangerous. This wasn't a game. Take the phone to the police. You have the messages, save them, send it to the police. They need to know so they can investigate who's sending this mail. Then, once they find out who's sending the mail, they can arrest them. This wasn't something a person like me should be getting involved in just for fun. If I was just handed this phone over to the police, the culprit would be caught. Yes, you have all the messages saved. You can go take it to the cops. If I did that, it would all end. It's over. You don't have to worry about anything anymore if you just do it.
そうした方がいい。
If there was a culprit, it would all end here. If there was a culprit. I swear to God, you're not going to say, well, it's a ghost, so there's no point in sending it to the police.
でももし
I swear to God, if you say that, I want to slap the shit out of you. If these messages weren't being sent out by a human... if Takashima Sakura really was sending these messages.
そんなバカなことない
It is.
アホらしい。死んだ人間がメールを送信してくるなんてありえない。これを送信しているのは人間しかいないって。そういえば
The name listed in the sent from section was Takashima
これ
Sakura.
って高島ザクラのメールアドレスを登録してるってことだよな。
I opened up her contact
こ
list.
れって携帯番号
This went directly to Takashima's phone. Though, of course, no one was going to answer.
少し興味があるかな。
Don't use that phone. Why? Why is it coming from inside this room? What?
なんで高島さんの携帯電話にかけたらこの部屋で
I opened the desk drawer where the sound was coming from, and
嘘これって
the case was eerily cracked. Good. Someone's been in my fucking room. It was covered in blood and the hair was stuck with it. That was.
高島ザクラの携
Well, I can't go to the police because apparently Yuki's the one that's been sending all these things. Or at least someone in this household has been. Wonderful. Why is it in my room? Why? Full of apprehensions, I checked the phone. The phone's email address read.
嘘
The email address was the same one that was sending out all of Takashima's
待
mails.
って落ち着いてとりあえず
I collapsed into the chair.
何やってるのよ
When I sat down to try to relax, I knocked something off the desk.
これって
Crap, it was the aluminum powder from my detective kit. The case was empty. I probably knocked it over when I pulled out the desk drawer earlier. I just knocked the case to the ground, that's all.
何やってるんだか
I cleaned up the detective kit that I knocked over. I knocked the fingerprints I'd collected out of the case as well.
何やってるんだか
The moment I saw it, the blood drained from my face.
こ
A chill ran up my spine when I saw the
れ
fingerprints.
って
The aluminum powder I knocked over showing the fingerprints all over the room, on the desk, on the drawer, and on the closet. And those fingerprints.
高島さんの席にあったやつと同じなんで
I felt a cold sweat. I tried to make sense of the situation. What could this mean? Goody. I think I'm knowing what this means. That's the first time I touched her desk, so those fingerprints couldn't have been mine. Yeah. Yuki, you got some mental explaining to do. Which meant either Takashima Sakura herself or the second person who touched her desk came into my room and left this phone. A chill ran up my spine. Mamiya Takuji is the only one who fits those criteria, and I'm assuming right now Yuki and Takuji are one and the same. I'm just gonna assume that.
なんで私の部屋に彼女の携帯電話があってさらに彼女の机にあった指紋があるの
I'm going to assume that because it would have to be pretty substantial if it wasn't. But she's not saying that her fingerprints are there that's different than the other ones. She's just saying there are fingerprints that are the same. Not that there are two sets of fingerprints here.
これって
Oh, what the fuck? What's this? An almost humanoid shape like a blank space had been carved out of the air. It was coming toward me. Ugh. Oh. Oh god. Don't fuck with the... Oh no. God, that was super sped up. July 18th, oh goody. I can't wait. Just...
チャイムの音、
Okay, this looks absolutely awful. What?
鐘の音。
That's right, and even this kind of time, the school bell still rings. I just didn't know because I never showed up to school at this time of
本
day.
当はこんな陰気臭いところにいたくなんかないのに。
This is terrifying.